Hey everybody, it's Tiffany from Time for Kindergarten here, and today I want to share with you my interactive calendar notebooks. So I get a lot of questions on how I use my calendar notebook in my classroom. So I thought I would just go over really quickly on how we use it. This has really changed my calendar morning routines dramatically. So the first thing my students do when they come in the morning is they drop their backpacks off, they get their calendar notebook, and they meet me on the carpet. So each student in my class has their calendar notebook. And as you can see here, this one has been labeled with my student's name. You have two options. You can fill in and individualize them, or you can use one of the pre-formatted templates in the document. So real quick, you can start off in the morning. We do the calendar. They write in the dates. At the beginning of the year, we just trace the numbers, but as the year moves on, the calendars are blank and the students can write in their own numbers. And each month has 4 different calendars to choose from. So you can decide on what your students' needs are. Then, the next thing we do is we move on to the weather, and we fill in the weather depending on what the weather is for the day. And then we graph it. We discuss how many days we've had of sunny, windy, partly cloudy, rainy, snowy. When we laugh, because where we live, it never snows. Then we move on to, depending on beginning of the month each year, we write our names. And there's different pages in this set because some schools may have started in July, some start in August like we do, and some start in September. And so as the year progresses, the students write their names, and they get a kick out of, by the end of the school year, they can see the progression of how their name has written. And by the end of the school year, they are writing their last name. Moving on, we do 10 frames, and we fill them in. We count by 10s, 10, 20, 30 as the year progresses. And then when you get to 100, there is a second page that starts with just 100 at the top, and then they continue until your last day of school. Same thing for tally marks, which is great for teaching them how to count by 5s. They just make the 1, 2, 3, 4 slash across. So you're already teaching them from the first few days of school how to make tally marks and how to count by 5s. Then we start adding this in later, is Daily Dice edition, and this well, actually this is out of order. Here we go. We'll start with this one first. We go with Daily Dice, where I just roll a dice and we count the dots on the dice, and then we write the numeral. And that's done each day, or maybe I have my calendar helper do that. Then we go back to a Daily Dice edition, where I roll 2 dice, and again they would be drawing the dots on the dice and then adding them up and writing the number. So already I'm integrating addition before we have actually started learning addition facts. Then moving on, as the year progresses, you can add in the same thing with the Daily Dice. You can do dominoes, pull a domino from a bag, you're writing the dots, and then you are counting the dots and writing the number. If you teach time, you can put this in a plastic sleeve and have the students drawing with dry erase markers, the hands on the clock, and writing the time to the hour, to the half hour, whatever it is that you are teaching for your state and standards. These pages I put in plastic sleeves, and we use dry erase markers for flat shapes. I call out a shape and they trace it, and we name them. Usually each day we name them, but we don't always trace them each day. And then the same here for the solid shapes. We don't trace the solid shapes, but we do practice saying the names of them. And I might call them out in different orders, or I might give clues, such as I can roll and stack and slide, and I have two faces. What shape am I? And then the students will call out, I'm a cylinder. With this page here with the alphabet, beginning of the year, I just call out letter names. As the year progresses, I'll call out a word that begins with that name, and they'll trace the letters. Year progresses farther on, I will call out words, and they have to trace the letters for words that end in that sound. Same thing with lowercase letters. Numbers, tracing numbers, calling out numbers. Then I get tricky and I'll say, I'm a number that comes between 4 and 6. What number am I? I'm a number that comes after 7. What number am I? Or I'm a number that comes before 12. What number am I? So trying to vary it up to teach before and after, in between. Year progresses, do addition and subtraction facts, be creative. And then last, I have a phonics chart that you can keep in here for reference when students are writing, when you're on the carpet for pointing to letters and sounds, whatever it is that you would need. So just quick tips on how to use my interactive calendar notebook that you can find in my TPT store. And that's it. Thanks. Have questions, visit my blog, or feel free to email me at timeforkindergarten@comcast.net. Thanks for watching.